Welcome to Untitled Channel. I am Danny. Today I have a very special episode where I gathered a lot of my collection for Animal Crossing. I thought it'd be fun to unbox this, especially in the anticipation of the new entry in the Animal Crossing series. That is for New Horizons for Nintendo Switch. So looking back at the original titles that started it all, I'm sure if you guys been an Animal Crossing fan, one of these titles must resonate with you in some way. And I'm going through unboxing this and showing you if you were looking at it for the first time when you just open it up, it might be trigger some nostalgic memories. And as you're watching, you find some nostalgic memories of these games. Please do leave it down in the comments down below. I'm always interested to hear what you have to say. And if you enjoy, do give us a thumbs up. All right, so I'm going to start with the original game that started all. That is for the GameCube. This is the one that I played a lot when I was younger, and this game does hold a special place in my heart. I played a lot with my friends as a spectator, if you will, and we did a lot of fun things together. The title, I was back in the day with the GameCube, I was like, what kind of game is this? And since this is the introduction to the franchise, we had to play to know what it's all about. So when you get it, this is the cover you agreed with, and it's exclusive to the Nintendo GameCube, and so it's the little logo there. A lot of the various characters in the game. They have included memory card 59, which I will show you in a bit. Flipping to the back side, you see various characters in the game. Familiar ones that are a staple now in the Animal Crossing franchise. We have Tom Nook, KK Slider, amongst other villagers that you get to see when you play this game. All right, so I'm gonna open it up. And you're greeted with the disc itself, and this is the memory card 59 that I did mention earlier on the cover. The game is pretty big for its time, and it does require its own dedicated memory card 59. If you bought a GameCube, it's required to pretty much have a memory card to save your stats, and this game does take up the entire card. So a lot of people, when they first bought Animal Crossing, they only have one card, and that would be the 59 capacity. Of course, if you have a newer, bigger capacity card, you can store the Animal Crossing and along with other game saves. But here we have the disc. It's a very small disc. Obviously, it's a mini style DVD, and pretty simple graphics of KK Slider right there. So one of the nice things about retro games, at least in my opinion, is the amount of inserts that's included. So just going through it, this is the health safety precautions booklet. It is included with every Nintendo GameCube. It's just safety information for in case people are wondering. This is pretty neat. This is specific for this game. It's waiting for the mail, and this is a post office here. I love how these extras are put into the game case here. So it says here, paint your town red. And you guys are wondering what this is all about. If you grow up with Nintendo Power, this is how you subscribe to the magazine, and you do get some bonuses when you subscribe back in the day, either a t-shirt or the player's guide. And they have a little magazine example here for Super Mario Sunshine, one of the great games on the Nintendo GameCube. You flip it to the back side, and you're greeted with a couple of the features of the magazine. Nintendo e-reader. So you guys are wondering, what is this all about? Especially for the new generation, they probably don't understand what this is. So this is an accessory that connected to the Game Boy Advance, and you're wondering, these cards here, what is it all about? There's actually like a bar on the edge, and you would actually slide the card over this accessory here, that's the e-reader, and you would actually maybe unlock various item features or possibly mini games. And in the case of Animal Crossing, you actually unlock maybe NES games. So that's a really cool thing that my friend and I did back in the day. This is a better look at it. You can see that's when you slide it in. They come in different various packs. They even have Animal Crossing cards. So pretty sweet. And this is the various NES games that you can play directly on the Game Boy Advance. And they come in various games, classic ones from the NES that you could play on the go. This is a novelty back in the day. I know we take it for granted now with a lot of games on Nintendo Switch, but this is how we used to do it. Flip into this side here, and this is collect and connect with Animal Crossing e-cards. So this is an example how it looks. So this is the bar that I mentioned earlier on the left side. If you just swipe that, you unlock something. They have the pretty cool image of KK Slider there. So this is the meat of this first game, is the manual. Let's go through it very quickly. These guys an idea what to expect inside. This is the table of content. It's pretty thick. I love the fact that they go in detail. This is a little kind of synopsis of what's going on, starting the game, how to continue, controls, very important. It's not very difficult, but they want to be thorough. I love the fact that they put the 3D models of the various villagers in the game, right? I should say the manual. from the game. Using the controller again, it's pretty expensive, but you know, I think it's pretty simplistic. You go into, there's a little keyboard that you can type in the name when you start out. We have outdoor controls, so you got run, action, you walk, you know, you probably use a shovel, chop down the trees, all the various stuff that you can do in an Animal Crossing game. Item screen controls, menu commands. We have here is use your own design. Kind of explain the concepts of the different mechanics in the game. Indoor controls, and then letter writing. So there are, I do remember a feature in this game that you can kind of send out your messages to your various villagers in the game. So this is how you do it. This is Tom Nook Store. So Tom Nook had a store back then. If you guys never played the original, you know he is all about debt collecting. And I'll leave it to you if you never knew what he's about. He's pretty interesting. This is the post office. This is how you communicate and send, you know, messages to each other in the village. This is the Tailor's shop. Now going through this does remind me a lot of the original characters that I know were featured in this game. So I know you guys have your favorites, I'm sure. Here we have some other locations. Have a police station, a wishing well, design your own portrait. So they had a little feature there to do that. This is the dump museum. This is one that is going to be neat. It's going to be in Animal Crossing New Horizons as well. I totally enjoy collecting the various pieces and just donating to them. So this feature does come back in the latest game. I'm really interested in that. They talk about the e-reader feature that I mentioned earlier. We have gyroids and saving your game. So very important, you gotta save your game. So if you don't save your game, you're gonna meet a very angry villager. It's called Mr. Rossetti, if you guys remember that. So here we have visit a friend's town. Another cool feature, it's a novelty and they tell you how to do it. Travel method number 1, and they go through memory cards here with 2 GameCube. Connect with the Nintendo GameCube and a Game Boy Advance cable. So this is a connectivity with your portable Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo GameCube. This is another method of connecting the Game Boy Advance with a link cable. This is sleep mode. We have linking a Nintendo GameCube and Game Boy Advance. A little more thorough information as well. And this is the various people that are involved in the first Animal Crossing game. So you guys see is Takeshi Tezuka is from the Mario franchise. He's usually known for doing that. Some various Hisashi Nogami, very noble. He is involved in the more recent entry, like Animal Crossing New Horizons. So he is back in the helm of that new game. So looking forward to what new ideas he has in store for that upcoming game. So some information here, warranty information. And one cool thing is if you have Nintendo Power Magazine, they actually have some really neat passwords. You enter them in, you can unlock some cool freebies. You could write them here, but I chose not to back as a kid. And that's conclusion of the manual for the original Animal Crossing. Next title, that would be Animal Crossing City Folk. This is a really nice, lovely cover with just forefront of 2 villagers, City Folk. We have the backside here. We have some of the villagers, and we have me taking presence in this iteration. All right, so opening it up here. This is the disc. It's pretty simple. It's on a white background with just the logo, Nintendo Wii. The first insert here is if you like Animal Crossing City Folk, check out these other great games. So it's just a pamphlet showing you the various popular games of the time. And just showing you here with some Wii music, some Wii Fit. On the back side, we have a little description of Animal Crossing Wild World, which is a Nintendo DS game, which I will show you in a bit. But nice to see that they have a little information there for that game. Next is a way to register your software. So if you guys are familiar with My Nintendo, not the current one, the original one, or Club Nintendo, you actually have a code on the back to register. And it's just in various languages how to register your game through My Nintendo. And this is a precursor to Club Nintendo. They've named it now back to My Nintendo. You know, a little fact that you may not realize. Here is the manual here, well, Animal Crossing City Folk. Simple graphic on the manual. First is getting started. And we have the various controls. You have the nunchuck and the Wiimote. The great outdoors, the menus, the town, the museum. It still makes a comeback as one of the popular features in the game. Collectibles, right? It's the fun way to play. We have the town hall. The gate is essentially just tell you the various features of the game itself. We have the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, so it does connect to the internet. Going to the city, Happy Room Academy HQ. We have visiting friends, so you could do that. We have the chatting with friends, so this is a nice feature. This is the end of the manual. Actually, it's not as extensive as the GameCube, you notice. So if you guys are wondering, this is just different languages of the same manual. So it caters to players around the world. So it may be a thick manual, but it does feature different languages, so all to enjoy this popular franchise. So that's the end of it. And the back is the graphic of, I guess, the constellations and a silhouette of the town. Pretty sweet. I like the look of it. Animal Crossing Wild World for the Nintendo DS. I like the graphic of the world here, different villagers. On the back side, you have your world just got a lot bigger. Different screenshots of what to expect in the game. Open it up. This is the game card. It's very simple. It's just a green with the pronounced KK slide and another villager in the game. This is pretty extensive. This is thick. I'm telling you right now. The DS releases tend to be that way. They have a lot of information. So this is the health and safety precautions booklet. Also always included in every release. They also include a information pamphlet for Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, how to connect to the internet with your Nintendo DS. This is how to subscribe to Nintendo Power magazine. And you do get a free gift. It's always like that's the case. Transcend generations, right? So this is some of the various magazine issues. You have the player's guide for it. So if you subscribe to the Nintendo Power, you'll be able to get that. Flip to the back side. And the code, again, similar to what you saw earlier with the Nintendo Wii, is for your My Nintendo account. And it doesn't work, unfortunately. They discontinued that service. And now this is the manual. Just like the game cover, but more zoomed into the villagers that you saw earlier, right there. Just a comparison. All right, let's start it up. This is the table of contents. Getting started. They always kind of wean you in with the more details of the manual. Touchscreen control. So this is a game that has a little bit different mechanics because you can use a touchscreen. That's why, hence, the bottom screen is a touchscreen. The top one is another way to just view the game. We have some button controls. Very important to know how to control your villager. Control outdoors. This is using the item screen. So how to navigate, what to do, how to move things, how to organize, of course. Change your clothing, so you can change the look of your character. Write a letter. This is another feature that's make a comeback. The design stuff, pretty sweet. This is controls at home. The town hall. This is moving and how to move. Nook Store. So in this game, he has a store, so you could buy your stuff. And of course, he'll charge you for it, of course. They have the Tailor shop. This character makes a comeback. I know that from the GameCube, pretty sweet. This is a continuation of that. We have the museum. This is another very popular feature, which I'll be looking forward to in Animal Crossing New Horizons. The town gate. And of course, they mentioned about friend codes. So you do use friend codes in this game. Traveling the world. So not only where you are, travel around the world. And that's through the internet, if you guys are wondering. That's why hence they are mentioning about the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, how to do so. We have some multiplayer Q&A, so questions and answers. So if you're wondering if you can do certain things, this is maybe a place to figure that out. We have the tag mode. And this is establishing the DS wireless link. So this is a communication between two Nintendo DS systems. Not online, it's just locally. And of course, Nintendo Wi-Fi internet connection here. And that's the end of the manual for Wild World. Most recent entry before New Horizons, this is Animal Crossing New Leaf. So for many of you guys, I know for the younger generation, this is the game that many got introduced to the world of Animal Crossing. We got introduced to the first time is Isabelle, very adorable character, and of course she makes an appearance in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So that kind of explains how popular she is, right? On the back side, you have welcome to your new life. Make your mark as mayor, and the various screenshots of this game. Open it up. This is how the game card looks like. Simple. If you guys noticed by now, Animal Crossing is about simplicity, but it's the gameplay experience that draws the player in. You must play this game to understand that concept, because it's hard to explain what this game is about until you play it, and I do recommend you do so. All right, so this is the meat of things, but I'm going to show you this part here first. So this is a pamphlet to show you the various popular games, and it says if you like Animal Crossing New Leaf, maybe these are great options as well, right? So we have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Lego City Undercover, and Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, which is a great game. I love it. Various features as well. That's like Nintendo eShop. We have the various games that you could download. We have, again, more hit titles. On the back side, more details of the popular games I mentioned earlier, like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. We have Lego City Undercover, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. Love this game, by the way. And Luigi's Mansion, pretty sweet. Alright, so this is, again, with the Club Nintendo or My Nintendo, but more specifically it's Club Nintendo. They changed the service to Club Nintendo. When you register at this point, you get physical rewards to send to your house. Unfortunately, again, this service has been discontinued and this code doesn't work. Just opening it up here, just explaining how to register your PIN number. And this is the back side here. Two awesome characters from the Animal Crossing world. This is the insert, or I should say the manual. It's very limited, unfortunately, but I want to show you what it's all about. We have the cover, just like you saw earlier. On opening it up, we have some safety information, just like we saw earlier of the previous releases, but it's separate, but they put it in one this time. Flipping it to the back side, they show you the various basic controls, communication, how to communicate, play together on the island, and check out homes in the HH Showcase. Various features of the game. And unfortunately, this is all there is to it for this release in terms of inserts. Unfortunately, that's how a lot of the games in modern day is. This is a sign of the times. I hope you guys could see the amount of charm that's in these inserts, but hopefully, we get something pretty cool in the New Horizons on that. Some of the awesome honorable mentions in my collection for Animal Crossing. I want to start out with this one here, going back to the Wii release. This is Animal Crossing City Folk Nintendo Power issue. This is from December of 2008. I'll show you a very interesting interview. One of the lead people from the localization team, they said this really interesting statement. This is from Reiko Ninomiya, and she said, AC, short for Animal Crossing, has been always been about having this world where time transpires, whether or not you're participating, and adds a sense of charm. If you don't play for a while, your neighbors will miss you and actually get angry with you for not showing your face for a while. Another, things that I want to show you in the collection is this one is a sealed copy of Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. It's just part of my collection. I want to show you a couple of things there. They have two Amiibos that's included. This is Isabelle, and we have Digby, part of this Nintendo Wii U release. This is more of a side game. It's not really the main line. Just to give you guys a look of the box art. Pretty sweet, I think. On the back side, it does use the Wii U gamepad. And to round it off, this is how the side works. They do release Amiibo cards for the Animal Crossing line, in case you didn't know. And that's how the game cover looks like. Alright, now this is the last two pieces, goes together hand in hand. This is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. This is the game, and why you're wondering why this box is so big is simply it does have a NFC reader. So back in the day with Nintendo 3DS, the original release does not have NFC capabilities, so they released this accessory for you to do so. You should scan your amiibo. You can also scan your amiibo cards that way. So that game does take advantage of that. Just a side panel and how the amiibo cards work and amiibo itself, and different type of 3DS systems that's compatible with. On the back side, This is Nook's Home is now hiring. Again, various features of the game, cuts, screenshots. This on the side panel here, ended off with showing how the NFC reader looks like. And that's how the cover of the game as well. It does include the game and this accessory all in one. So that's why it's thick. And that's how the top cover looks. Now this is go along with the Happy Home design. They released this really sweet new Nintendo 3DS system. It does include the game as a download. And if you guys don't know what the cool feature about the new Nintendo 3DS, you could change the plate to different designs. So you're not just stuck with the Isabelle, which is very adorable. I love the look. That's why I had to get the system. I mean, she's smiling. You can't deny that. It's pretty cool. Backside, you have the next dimension in entertainment. Various features for this system. C-Stick. We have built-in NFC support. So you didn't need that accessory. You got this system and the screenshot for the game. There you go. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed my look and unboxing of the various generations of Animal Crossing games leading towards Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch. I'm sure many of you guys have fond memories of each and every one of them, going through many generations of systems with the GameCube, the Wii, Nintendo DS, and then the Nintendo 3DS, and we're going to be now getting into the Nintendo Switch. You could play anywhere. Evan and I are going to be playing this game tremendously online, streaming, which I hope you guys enjoy joining with us. We appreciate visiting your island. Share with us what you have. If you enjoyed this episode, do please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more episodes like this in the future. And as always, I'm Dan at the Nintendo K channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.